Hey friends, this is Janie. Welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you've been here or seen my channel on YouTube, and I'll also upload this on my Graham's Backyard Living, so you can see that on my Facebook page. But look at what a beautiful day. Look at that sky behind us. It's so nice and beautiful out here. I just wanted to come on real quick and show you. I'm closing out my garden, and this is our newest addition to the family. He's supposed to be a very smart hunting dog in training. Now, if I could just get him to pee outside, we'd be doing great. So that is Duke. So hopefully he grows into a majestic Duke. That's what I'm hoping for. But let me show you what I've been doing to my garden today. I just wanted to, I still have a lot. Leave him alone. I still have a lot that's going on, but I just wanted to come on here while it's beautiful. I'd so much rather work in the garden when it's 72 degrees with the cool wind blowing. I'll show you this is my, and that's my pups are not happy with each other. So we got a cool wind blowing. But if you've seen any of my other channels, my fence used to come right here. So I cleaned all this up. It used to be a bunch of bricks and stuff, and I'm like, I have got to capitalize on this little bit of area. So I brought my fencing out, and it's just amazing how much more area I have gained. I could barely walk right in here. This was really tight. So what I found out, and if you're gardening, these hoop rings are really nice, and I seen people put them on the end of the bed and didn't really pay attention to it. Well, I lose a lot of that inside area where it's too shaded. So I'm taking this bed and I'm turning it long ways, putting that on the very end, bringing this to the very end, which is going to give me a lot more growing area that's going to hit the sunshine. And this tree right here shades, and it's beautiful in the summertime when it's really hot and stuff. But we took a lot of the branches out to open that up so I can get a lot more sun. And if I could get over there in the neighbor's pasture, I'd love to cut a couple of those branches out. But let me show you what I'm doing. This is what I got so far. Harvested all my bell peppers. It's supposed to get down to about 40 degrees, 41 degrees, which is hard for me to believe because it's so beautiful out here right now. And all of this work, if you're thinking, and I put a gate on this end because I used to have to walk all the way around. So I have a gate on this end and I have a gate on that end now. So I can enter from either side of the garden, which is wonderful. And these are the beds that are that I'm working on, that I'm amending. But I have my winter. I have, these actually came back last year, and I dumped the NIMS oil right down the middle of them because they were so infested with whatever was eating them. And I was so frustrated with it. See the leaves? I just dumped straight NIMS oil down in the center, and then you can see all this. So it it worked really good. It killed it all off. And then I have like volunteer tomatoes, which they won't make it. They'll die off. And then I've got 2 more going there. So I may have some Brussels sprouts this next year. But it's been doing great. I have sugar snap peas right there. I've been harvesting those. Blanch them up. I'll get a bucket full, blanch those up, throw them in the freezer. When I get enough, or when my seasons end, and I'm going to get all that's left off of these, I'm going to can up peas and carrots with what I have. There's not a whole lot of peas, but when I do peas and carrots, I may get a couple of pints out of those. So that'd be great to have on my pantry shelf. And then of course I have my onions, and we were talking about either onion sets or onions from seed, and these right here are onion sets, and they are beautiful. I am so happy with those. We'll just see. I'm going to nurse these along all winter long. We're going to see how good they do, how big a onion I get. So that's going to be wonderful to see. And then I got these. I got one little string bean left out there, but I didn't plant a whole lot. I planted me a little patch there as a second planting after I took out the zucchinis out of here. And I planted, and then those are the ones, the onions that I got from the store, and I cut the bottoms off and I planted all those. Those are doing beautiful, but I'll get a harvest by the meal, and I harvest those. I haven't canned any, but I'll take these big old long string beans and get quite a bit out of there, mix them with these beans, and it's enough for a meal. And there's where I'm gathering up my sugar snap peas. And when I get a good little pot of them together or something, I just kind of blow up in a just a Ziploc bag and throw them in the freezer. But those are about all I have. Of course, I'm doing this bed today, but because the sun was shining so beautiful and these look so beautiful, I'm gonna go ahead and harvest go through all of these and harvest all of these peppers. I'm working on the poblanos right now on this end. So here's my poblanos. Here's some more of my banana peppers. And what I do is I go down through the bush and I'll cut it and then just clean it off to make sure I get everything. And then right here, you can see here on the end, I've got it marked. I've got scarlet carrots. So I have this bed going with carrots, and you notice the beets. I got the beets going in the center. I had a couple of volunteer onions come back over here. I tried some onions over here last spring and they didn't do anything. And then let me see, what have I got? Okay, that's beets. And then I've got spinach over here in this corner. And then of course my little potato patches going. But I held off as long as I could to harvest these because I wanted to look at I want all the jalapeno. These are going to be cowboy candy I'm going to do. And then look at the Anaheims. I got the Anaheim peppers all up in here. I'm going to harvest all of this today because, like I said, it's supposed to get pretty cool. Look at that. Jalapeno. Ooh-wee. Nice. And they're great. I've used them in several dishes. And so let me show you. And they're just like wonderful. They're not too much heat for me and my husband. But this is the where I showed you the bell peppers. Let me get one. I dropped one down here. Even though they're like, some of them are small, and I don't know if I didn't harvest enough of them or if this is a variety or what, but this is what I do. I chop them all down, cut them all back, and I'm going to only use one main stem, and then compost all of the greens, and then I'm going to dig those up, and they're going to go in my greenhouse, and they're going to overwinter. A lot of people don't know that you can overwinter your peppers and stuff. So, and you most definitely can. And I'm going to do that because, so I don't have to start all over from scratch. All of my peppers here, they're going to be cut down into like, I don't know, little sticks. I'll show you what I got going on in here in the greenhouse. I already moved a bunch in, and I probably left a lot more on them than I should. But see, like those, I've cut them down. So I'll cut those back, because I really don't want them trying to grow or anything. See, like this one here. That one has a pepper, some kind of pepper growing on it. It should be a bell pepper, but that don't look like no bell pepper. I'm going to pick that and we'll see what that is. But I'll cut them all back, and I put them in pots for the winter. But basically what they're going to look like for winter is they're going to be cut back and just stuck up underneath here. And I'll watch them, and they need to lose all. I need to take all of the greenery off, and just leave the main branch, the main stick or the main branch, and then they'll winter over, and then I'll get them planted out right in the springtime, and we'll be ready. I'll be so much more ahead for my peppers and stuff. If you looked at any of my other videos, you'll see where I had a lot of my peppers and stuff growing up underneath the hoop, and it was way too much shade. So I pulled them after my watermelon. I had grown watermelons. I got 2 or 3 watermelons out of this side. The other side, I got 2 or 3 cantaloupes out of there, and pulled all those after they died up and moved all of my peppers out here to these upper boxes, and they took off. So that's why we're kind of a little bit late getting them. I got to keep watching him. Oh my God. This is like having a little toddler. That you got to watch him every minute to see what he's got in his mouth or what he's digging in. But anyway, so I'm going to pull those bell peppers. I'm pulling these peppers, all of this stuff. And he loves eating my green beans. And get all those put away and put in the greenhouse. And they don't have to be, I just use pots that I had. But I think I'm about used all the pots. I've scavenged it around and got as many pots as I can. But if you have to, I've got some laundry baskets in there that I was using to grow stuff out the side. I was trying to do that. It didn't work out too good. So I've got those. And what I can do is I take a trash bag and put it in that laundry bag. And I can just stick a whole bunch of those plants down in there, throw a little bit of soil over them, and they're good to go for the winter, just the winter over until they're ready to come out in the spring. So thank you folks for going on my little journey with me. This is a little expansion on my greenhouse I'm so excited about. And the weather is still beautiful. You know, people were talking about they're tired of it. But you know what? I'm as much as I'm ready for a little bit of the cooler weather, I'm loving still being able to harvest a lot out of my, and I'm in North Alabama, so still being able to harvest a lot out of my garden and do fresh meals and having, I'm just about done canning. Well, I say that, but I'm doing broth, some bone broth, some chicken broth and vegetable broth today. But just like the big canning I'm done with. And some people wanted some really hot salsas. So I'm going to do some cowboy candy, some cowgirl candy, and a few more salsas that I can get. I've done some pepper salsas and stuff that turned out really good. And getting ready to probably do a lot of that just to gift at Christmas time. Get all the bell peppers. I'm excited to have, even though some of them are small, some of them are different sizes. I went ahead and harvested them, and even a small one I can slice in half, and that's good enough to go in, you know, your sloppy joes or your meatloaf or anything like that, and still have that flavor. And I probably won't have to buy any bell peppers until next year. But like I said, I'll hit the ground running in the spring with my bell pepper plants. My my hot banana peppers, and then my regular banana peppers, my couple of Anaheims, my couple of shishitos. All of these are going to be stored away, and they'll be ready to hit the ground running when spring comes. And hopefully I'm ahead of that, and I'll have a little bit more to harvest during the season. But like I said, it's beautiful weather out here. It's a beautiful blue skies with the clouds. We got some rain, so I really didn't have to water. In fact, I kind of forgot about watering. So a couple of my brassicas, they were looking really sad, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot I got to water. So I went and got some water turned on those, and just enjoying the garden out here this fall, and getting ready to expand that out a little bit and resituate it. And this is the best time to do that, when you look and see what worked for you through the growing season. And this space was great, but once I got it growing, and you can look back on some of my on a couple of my other videos on my channel, and I'm trying to maneuver through the very tight space once I got everything growing. And so I guess I'm thinking I had plenty of room when these plants were little bitty, but once they got growing and really took off and expanded, I was like, oh gosh, I couldn't hardly move in here, and it was very claustrophobic. So I'm really excited about, let me see, what is this? This is like 5 by, and this weighs 20, 5 by 15, I guess, space, which is not a whole, for some people it's not a whole lot of space, but I'm just going, wow, what I can do with just this little bit more space, and then I'm going to save some of the back. I'm not really going to put any planter boxes because, like I said, this tree really shades it in the summertime, but we'll continue to cut it back if I have to, cut it back a little bit more. And it may be just enough. My tomatoes did great on this end. The peppers did great. It says 6 to 8 hours of sunlight. So by time it's coming, all of that's wide open. So that's probably, and then the sun in the summertime comes between those two trees and sets behind that tree. So I know I'm getting a good 6 hours of sunlight just way up underneath this tree, but I'm going to put some grow bags. And I haven't found a whole lot of vegetables and stuff that, say anything less than 6 to 8 hours of sunlight. So if anybody can help me out there and knows something that grows really great under shade, I would love to be able to put something all the way to this fence and grow along this fence that gets, say, 4 hours, maybe 4 hours of full sun, while the sun moves in the morning time, and it'll be a early morning sun, so it would be a cooler, I guess, type. But by the time it hits midday, that is right over the top of that tree, and it shades this area. So I'm still looking for some things that I can grow up underneath here, and if nothing else, I'll do my flowers. I'm wanting to do a lot more flowers, have a lot more color in the garden this year. I just ordered seeds, and if you haven't ordered your seeds for spring, I think you need to start looking at like M.I. Gardener and Park Seeds and stuff. They're starting to say, hey, our 2025 seeds are in, and here's the sale on the 2024s. I like to shop sales and stuff. They're just as good, I guess, as the ones that are brand new for this year. So you really need to get on ordering now to make sure that you have. He just knocked down a whole pile of stuff. Oh my God, having a little baby. Lord help me. Give me strength. But anyway, so if you're trying to get your spring, so I got in, I want to do snapdragons. Oh, eucalyptus. I love eucalyptus, and I didn't know, I've never even thought about growing eucalyptus, but Becky on Acre Homestead has some beautiful eucalyptus, and I love eucalyptus, and she would add those to her little bouquets and stuff. And I want to do, so I got eucalyptus in, I got snapdragons, I got these zinnias, I got all those in. So if I grow them along this wall right here and across the back, that would be wonderful too, and add a lot more color to my garden. So thank you folks for going on this journey with me. Might not be much to talk about until closer to springtime, even though I do have a couple of fall gardens going, and I may do a couple of posts harvesting those, but usually they'll stay. And if I don't see or see you, like I'm really seeing you, but I know there's people out there that watch me. I want you to have a wonderful holiday season. Thanksgiving is coming fast, and with it being 72 degrees out here, and it's hard to believe that it's here like in a couple of weeks. I think on the 28th or something. We're getting ready. My husband's already bow hunting, getting ready for deer season, and go out and do some hunting. So it's still a busy time for me between hunting and then trying to have Thanksgiving, and then we'll do Christmas. And I just want everybody to have a wonderful holiday season, being grateful and blessed through Thanksgiving, and have a great Christmas. And then when New Year's comes, everybody be blessed and ready for some wonderful blessing, and have a prosperous new year. And we'll probably see you closer to the springtime. we'll see you all. Thank you for watching my channel and supporting me and coming on this journey with me. I love sharing with everybody. And if you have any questions or any comments, please let me know. And I try and check them every once in a while and answer as many as I can. And we'll be probably rolling and see you in the new year. So everybody have a wonderful, beautiful day wherever you're at.